Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, or welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to a new video on Avalanche or Avax. Wanted to update this. I mean, the last time I covered this was about 1.5 weeks ago, when we were relatively strong, of course, when we also got that breakout above $30. Did not manage to hold that, unfortunately. But then, over the course of the last couple of days, we've been relatively bearish, even though we got some good news with California DMC. Or DMV, I'm not sure anymore. So just wanted to give you my thoughts, all right? It's a little bit more of a longer term analysis for you, because I don't cover Avax that much. And I also think on the short term right now, if you look at Avax, a lot of these movements are just dependent on Bitcoin, all right? What you see, and that's the case market wide, all right? So that's no shade to Avalanche. But what you can see is that basically like a lot of the big altcoins look like this. Where against Bitcoin they're losing. So what that means is that if Bitcoin is bullish, these altcoins are also bullish, but less bullish. And when Bitcoin is bearish, these altcoins are also bearish, but more bearish, unfortunately. So yeah, that's not great. I mean, if you look at the market structure right now, sure, we had that fake out, that bullish fake out. That's nice, or at least that's at least some sort of proof of bullish momentum. In the end, a fake out is of course not nice. But if you look at the technical situation right now, we are bearish, and I think it's best to just accept that. I think it's technically true as well. That does not mean that we will only be bearish, but that is the situation right now. So Avax is bearish. We're at a crucial support level. If you look at the momentum right here, it is relatively flat. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, all right? We had a lot of momentum going into kind of yesterday, and if we zoom out, if we zoom out a bit more, 2 days ago, by the way, excuse me, had a lot of momentum back then, but since then we've been relatively flat, all right? And then we obviously don't have as much momentum anymore as 1.5 weeks ago when we were so bullish. So what that means, the lack of momentum, is that it's not likely, I would say it's very unlikely, that from here we will rally. And with rally, I would mean some sort of a move up to $29 or $30. Basically, if you go to the 12-hour time frame, I would say on the short term we are now in some sort of a range right here, between $23 or $23.50 and $30. And we're trying to bounce around in this range, but to get to the top of the range, which is about, from the levels we're at right now, about an 18% move, you do need some sort of momentum. Now, what I do think is that this support level we have at $24 and $23, I do think that will hold. All right, I don't see any strong bearish momentum. Now, obviously, it will depend on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin continues to fall, then Avalanche or Avax will drop down lower as well. But for now, I think Avax is at least strong enough to hold this level right here, and maybe even get some sort of a bounce into 27.5. I don't think we'll break above that. To break above that, we would need to see some sort of an open interest increase of at least 5%. So keep an eye on that. If that does happen, we can break above that. But for now, what I expect is a bounce. And then, unfortunately, because I don't think Bitcoin is strong enough to really turn bullish again, and then, even if Bitcoin holds stable, Avax against Bitcoin is bearish, right? So that's why I would say it's likely we're dropping down lower into the support level right here, into $23.5, $23. But even if we drop down lower into that, I do still expect that we'll be able to hold it. Now, that situation changes if Bitcoin starts to fall down into the low 60,000s, all right? Because that means we've had yet another bearish breakout. And assuming that Avax against Bitcoin will trend the same way, Avax will not be able to hold this level. All right, so then we'll drop down into the 20s, the low 20s for Avax, which I also do think is a good buy opportunity. Like if you look at $20 here, that is a very significant support level. So might not even be a bad thing to drop down into that. But know that, all right, we can drop down into that if the market turns bearish, more bearish from here. For now, I expect us to hold this consolidation range low, and to kind of consolidate and bounce around on top of that. So those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, of course. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.